Northern Colorado just underway. Opening faceoff just happened tick, tick, tick a couple of seconds ago as we're on the campus of Colorado State University in Fort Collins, getting ready for exciting Men's Collegiate Lacrosse Association activity here between the top-ranked Hokies from Virginia Tech and the Rams with Colorado State. Marty Cesario, along with the talented Stream It Sports production crew, excited to begin our third broadcast season with Colorado State men's lacrosse. We got a good one here to get things going. Again, top-ranked Virginia Tech in town to take on CSU. Visual setup for you, wearing the white jerseys with the green pants and green lids with that iconic bone curl. Those are the Rammies from Colorado State. They are facing Virginia Tech, wearing the orange uniforms and the white helmets. Virginia Tech, at this point, still ranked number 1 in the nation. They played last night in Boulder and suffered a loss, their first of the season, to the Buffaloes. That score 15-12 just last night. Buffs beat the Hokies, but Virginia Tech remains number 1, and they are now 7-1 on the season under head coach Panchito Ojeda. Colorado State 3-0, unblemished on the young season, under fifth-year head coach Ryan McDonald. Virginia Tech scores first, and you see the guys in orange celebrate. 13:03 mark. And Va Tech gets one on the board. They solve the talented goaltender for CSU, Charlie Bebo. And the celebration on that instant replay. Back to the live action here. Colorado State setting up a possession across the way. Owen Welschlager. He and Riley Flores are back this year in 2024 to lead the attack unit for the CSU Rams. Bouncing back there is one of the young talent, Kevin Carson, the freshman midi from Pennsylvania. 77 right there for CSU, Kevin Carson. He's being marked by Blake Barwick. 1v1 isolation there on your screen as you're watching this game that has just begun here in Fort Collins, Colorado. 1-0 lead for Virginia Tech after they score first at 13:03 in the first. We're about 3 minutes in to this contest. CSU's going to chase. Riley Flores wearing the 22 here in 2024. He's nearest, and it'll be a possession for Colorado State. Now you see a pause in the action. There's Riley Flores. That's Flo. One of the top point totalers and scorers for Colorado State the last couple of years. Waiting for the restart with Tyler Gatz as we continue to watch Riley Flores there, 22. Owen Welschlager on the right there, big number 9. Hard to miss him. Welschlager, 6'4", 185, as one of the lead attackmen for Colorado State. Again, CSU 3-0 on the season. Virginia Tech 7-1 after the loss last night in Boulder to Colorado. That long pause gives a chance to kind of flick around and get you different shots. It's a multi-camera operation here with Stream It Sports Productions. 1-0 game, defending in orange, Virginia Tech with the 1-0 lead, and they force the turnover. Three and a half minutes into the first period. Trying to transition through midfield is Virginia Tech, and then an errant pass comes all the way out of bounds and into the Colorado State bench area. Ryan McDonald, the head coach for CSU on the right side of your screen. You can see VT's going to keep it, and they'll just wait for the go whistle. Trevor Stocks is number 6 there, and then we look at some of the middies, including Lucas Verrier, 48. So very early in this contest, in a couple of really long pauses. And now we're finally back underway. So Virginia Tech operating this attack set with their 1-0 advantage. And a great job defensively by CSU. Cale Kissel doing what he does. The long stick midi. Caused turnover, ground ball, and here come the Rams. To Flores, pushing forward. Looking for a cutter, he's got one. Welschlager making a move and scores. How about that? The dish from Flores. And the crafty stick work from Owen Welschlager. Colorado State is on the board. .10:35 mark first period. Owen Welschlager from Riley Flores. And this game is tied. Looking at the replay and the celebration from the Rams, and look at the defense doing a great job there and transitioning through midfield. Well, there's the stud Kevin Mulligan. Blaine Ware trying to help out and setting things up, and he'll retreat back to the defensive area. And another quick pause. The Hokies awarded possession, and they'll move left to right on your screen. Again, Virginia Tech in orange, white helmets. Colorado State, white jerseys, green lids, green shorts. Hokies maneuvering it around. Back to X, and then cycling it back up top. One v one situation. That ball is wide on the shot attempt. Perhaps Charlie Bebo got a piece of that and swept it through to his left. Virginia Tech will keep it. We'll tighten in a little bit here. And there's a guy you want to pay attention to if you're watching Virginia Tech lacrosse, Aiden Smith. 44 points in 8 games for that guy, number 3, the senior from Potomac Falls, Virginia. He's got 28 goals in just 8 contests. And he will advance to that position behind the cage. Looking for a cutter there. The defense was in position to disrupt it, but Vatek gets it on the rebound and scores. Jake Blebaum getting the goal for Virginia Tech, regaining the lead for his Hokies. Jake Blebaum. As you look at the replay, you see the ball loose and Blebaum in a great spot, and then he shovels it backhand and gets it through, and immediately earns the love from his teammate for Virginia Tech, James Stewart. So 2-1 game after the Blebaum goal at 9:17 here in the first period. You hear benches calling out orders for both the offensive and defensive units. Moving pick play there. Virginia Tech, their defenders pick it up very nicely, no threat whatsoever. Here comes a shot, and that is why. That was off the stick of Lachlan Rogers, local kid, freshman, a Golden Demon. CSU trying to match what we just witnessed with Virginia Tech. The shovel from the backhand, and that goes wide, but Colorado State's going to keep it. CSU trying to answer the Jake Blybaum goal. They send one through. It's saved nicely by Stevenson. And quickly, ground ball pickup, and look at how they transition rapidly, and now they'll set themselves up. So nice save by Aiden Stevenson, the junior from Midlothian, Virginia, getting the start, his first of the season. Two-one game. 7 minutes into the first here in Fort Collins. The guys in orange, the Hokies, have the lead. And they have possession. Oh, look at that anticipation there. He's so good. Another local kid from the farm, Wheat Ridge, Cale Kissel, gets the cause turnover, ground ball, and most importantly, gets his team possession of the ball. Kevin Carson bouncing up at midfield, waiting for the line change. And then rolling it through. Kate Ebers, the junior mid, will start this attack set for Colorado State. Down one here in the first. So nifty footwork there by Blake McKinley, the freshman from Fort Collins. Suddenly things opened up in the interior right in front of the crease. He got a shot off but couldn't get it through. Here's a low to high shot from Ebers, and that is wide. CSU's going to keep it. So good looking set here for Colorado State, but you got to finish it off with the goal to tie things up. That's what they're looking to do. Rams have one goal from Owen Welschlager. Contact and delayed penalty. And you see the reaction from Ebers. Don't hit my man. So it should be a man-up situation for Colorado State coming up here with about 6.5 left in the first. Blybaum scored for Virginia Tech to regain the lead about 3 minutes ago. Now man up, Colorado State in white, looking to tie it up. Flores takes the whistle and now begins this set for CSU. There's Flores right there. Welschlager steps through and scores. Owen Welschlager evens things up here in the first. So who likes the TV? Owen Welschlager. Screen time for number 9. And he gets a second of the game and ties this game up with the top-ranked team in the nation, Virginia Tech. Owen Welschlager, 6'18" mark first. Man up, and he gets the score. So we are at 2-2. And a face-off win for Dylan Hoff. And a score for Colorado State to take the lead. And look at that. Deservedly so, getting the love. Cale Kissel for the Colorado State Rams. Two goals within 13 seconds of each other. And now the Rammies have the lead. Yeah, Owen Welschlager's part of it, and we go right to midfield, the faceoff X. And look at Dylan Hoff dominating again. And here comes the Rams. Ooh, errant pass. That'll be a turnover. Look at the long stick. Get the score for CSU, which gained the lead for the Rams. Cale Kissel. We'll see how the Hokies react here, trailing. Top-ranked team of the nation. Nifty dodge on the run there. Subtle work by Trevor Stocks. No highlights, but we're enjoying it. There's Stocks taking a shot, and that'll be a score by Aiden Smith. So Stocks set things up to get that set going for the Hokies, and eventually you get it to your top scorer. The lead attacker, Aiden Smith, gets his first of the day. 5:23 mark. As we look at the replay. Well, you got to pay attention to number 3 all day long. One of those guys where you don't think you're going to shut him down all day. You just hope to minimize what he does in terms of impact on the scoreboard. Aiden Smith at 5:23 here in the first, and we're back to a tie game, 3-3. Here comes CSU. And a nice save by Stevenson off the shot from Kevin Carson. So we'll see what the Hokies do here after their Aiden Smith goal. As we tighten in. A lot of talent on that Hokies squad. Well-balanced set of 3 different midi lines. And a shot from him as I set him up. Kyle Dixon gets one on the board for his Hokies. And now Virginia Tech has regained the advantage on the scoreboard. Well, you hear the broadcaster's jinx. It can work the other way, too. Broadcaster got a little thing with a midi, sets him up, then he puts one in. We'll get a replay right on time from Stream It Sports. Kyle Dixon, the junior, with the score. A lot of balance in the scoring output in this game. We've got 7 on the board. Only one attacker has multiple goals. That's Owen Welschlager for Colorado State. About 4 minutes left here in the first. Virginia Tech with possession, and they have a 1-goal advantage. See the sunshine coming down. It's a beautiful day. There is a chill in the air. That shot wide. No threat to Bebo. It's about 45 degrees. The wind chill makes it feel more like a 35. And there are wind gusts coming. As you look around and see those visuals, you'll see flags moving. Any loose clothing flipping around a little bit. Virginia Tech trying to do that backhand shovel again. Bebo's seen that a couple times now. He's dialed in. And there is Chucky. Long throw out of bounds. So a turnover, and the Hokies will get it again. Tyler Crook's in a good position, 26 right there in orange. Approaching the 3-minute mark remaining in the first quarter. The shot from way up top is wide to the right of Bebo. Immediate rebound pickup there to keep this set alive. That shot again is off to the side of the cage, but Va Tech has a safety back there at X. And here they come again. Trying to bounce her. It didn't get through. And that's good work by Blaine Ware. And pardon me, that's Will Scott, 55. I'm looking for the Fitties back there on the D for Colorado State. A couple of talented guys. That time it was Will Scott coming out to begin the transition. Line changes, and now Colorado State will set themselves up. Riley Flores probing. Being marked well by Tyler Rosso. Under 2 minutes to play now here in the first. 1 goal game. CSU trying to work it around with really some 1v1 work. And now they trade. They get the shot off, and it goes wide. 1:40 on the clock here in the first. CSU's going to keep it. Colorado State bench starting to get vocal. Anthony DiDonato doing a good job keeping this set alive. Here comes Welschlager, and it's swept wide by the goaltender Stevenson. .123 remaining in the first here in Fort Collins. We're on the grounds of Canvas Stadium. Northern Colorado, Rams in white, Hokies in orange. 1 goal affair. Virginia Tech has the lead, and they have the ball. 1 minute left here in this opening period. Like the defense up top by Tanner Retigliano for Colorado State. 30 right there, marking the mid. And that's just excellent work. You get Jared Cole feeding Liam Savage, and it results in a score for the Hokies. That was a lot of Jared Cole. Absorbing really good defense on the part of Retigliano, but eventually got some space. You can see right here on the replay from Stream It Sports. And then found a cutter who got himself in a good position. And that's just good lacrosse. That'll happen, especially with the #1 team in the country. 35 seconds left here in the first. Largest lead for either squad early in this game. Va Tech up 2. CSU trying to put one in before we change quarters. 25 seconds remaining in the first. Flores knows it. He calls in Ebers. Trying to work screen and roll there. Defended well by Virginia Tech. Twice with the swim. There's the cutter, and they can't connect. 5 seconds left. You'll hear the benches counting it down. And the horn. That will be the end of the first quarter of play. Do you like the lax entertainment? Good stuff here. Top-ranked Virginia Tech with the 2-goal advantage over undefeated Colorado State. Second period coming up in a moment.
Rise and shine with Colorado's Mountain Focus morning show, Mountain Mornings.
We have a lot of stuff you can do here.
Each morning, we bring you the best of the mountains with the live mountain weather, traffic, and updates from our crews in Summit County, Steamboat Springs, Vail, and Aspen, so you can get the latest updates from the high country.
All right, guys, we are wrapping things
Watch
up.
Mountain Mornings each morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and Mountain Mornings midday at noon on Colorado's mountain home, Mountain TV.
Peak of the benches breaking up as we approach the start of the second quarter of play here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Get ready for that face-off. Virginia Tech in orange, #1 team in the MCLA with a 2-goal advantage. Kel Kissel scored at 6:05 in the first to give the Rams of CSU a 1-goal lead. Now 3 in a row strung together by Virginia Tech, and they are up to 5-3. As we just get going, a couple of studs out there on the face-off X. You got Bobby Savage for Virginia Tech and bad boy Dylan Hoff running face-off successfully for Colorado State. So we begin the second here in northern Colorado with a Colorado State possession as they are trailing by 2. They'll send in their lines. See 77 getting in there with Kevin Carson. Ebers along with McKinley on one of those lines for CSU. Ebers trying to squeeze one through. It does not get in there. But Colorado State's going to keep it. Bouncing around back there is Tyler Gatz. Can he make the turn? No. That was really good defense by Virginia Tech. Patrick Droney anticipating that shot attempt. And now the Hokies will try to transition through and flip sides on us. Nice swim by the D-mid, and the bench for Virginia Tech loves it except for a whistle blown and possession awarded to Colorado State. We're just underway here in the second, about 35 seconds into the second quarter. It's a 2-goal game. Again, Virginia Tech defending in orange with the 2-goal lead. Hokies lost last night to Colorado, 15-12. Suffered their first defeat of this 2024 season. Wow, the Colorado State Rams. Good piece of work on that set. Coming through on the cut to the center. Kevin Carson, the freshman, gets the goal for the Rams. '77 with his first goal of this afternoon. The Stream It Sports replay. And you must credit Blake McKinley on the recognition and the quick delivery to Carson for the Colorado State goal. And right on cue, if you're going to string together some momentum, you get Dylan Hoff out there on the faceoff X. Go ahead and peek at the resumes for each of these squads. We'll pop up the graphics, starting with Panchito Ojeda's Virginia Tech Hokies. And you see that Colorado game just last night down in Boulder. First loss of the season. Before that, I mean, you got a couple of strong top 25 teams in Arizona and Liberty that Vautech was able to beat, and then South Carolina Northeastern previous to that. Overall, 7-1 are the Virginia Tech Hokies, still ranked #1 in the nation. Recent record for head coach Ryan McDonald's Colorado State squad. Well, you see they had those 3 wins, the tournament in Oklahoma and Norman, beating Oklahoma and Purdue. Took care of Wyoming easily in the lax border war. Got Virginia Tech today, and then Boise State will be next for the Colorado State Rams. during production call. Ryan McDonald noting that currently the CSU Rams are not among the top 25 in the MCLA, and the guys who wear the bighorns have taken note of that. You consider they're undefeated here in 2024, and you consider the heritage of the storied lacrosse program. 9 championship game appearances, 6 titles for the program. Ryan McDonald, the head coach for CSU, balancing that off by conceding. Last year was a tough year, a whole lot of injuries. CSU's always got a really vicious schedule playing top teams. So, okay, they're ready to earn it. A victory over Virginia Tech would help. Owen Welschlager taking the shot there, and that is off the mark. And you see the Hokies trying to chase it, and they do so successfully. Long pole picks him up, looking to transition quickly, and he does. Moving forward, Callum Weyer. And now the Hokies will peel back for line change. 1-goal game, 2.5 minutes roughly here into the second quarter. The flip side, Virginia Tech is now attacking to your left as you watch on your screen. We'll send it down to X position, Jared Cole right there, and then immediately back up top on the near side. No problem there. But fortunately for the Hokies, Lucas Verrier scoops it up, and now he's going to try to advance. Excellent defense by CSU. Seen a lot of that from Tanner Retigliano. Shot doesn't get through, flag up in the air, it'll fall to the turf, and we'll see what happens here. I believe, on first instinct, this is going to be a man-up situation coming for Virginia Tech. I'll stand by. 2.5 into the second quarter, 1-goal game. Kevin Carson scored at 14-15 here in the second to pull the Rams to within 1. Now Colorado State will be man down. Try to keep Virginia Tech from getting that 2-goal cushion again. And they force the turnover. Kissel trying to scoop it up, and he does. Mulligan through the middle. Can't find the ball. Now it's just chaos trying to get possession. Nice hustle getting all the way downfield. Blake McKinley getting the face of the goalie, but eventually Virginia Tech gets possession of the ball. Here they come. Still man up. Hokies up a goal and a man currently. Much patience from Virginia Tech. Now they take the shot. It caroms off a defender. Will Scott doing a great job giving up a tibia, absorbing that ball, and it ricochets off of him. Good defense by Will Scott, one of the local kids for CSU. Still, the defense trying to stay tight. Now, physical contact. They send an attacker down to the turf, and you see the flags fly. 11:30 mark, second quarter. Blaine Ware is released. He'll come into your screen. There he is. But then Cale Kissel's going to go take a knee. So the situation stays the same. Man up Virginia Tech. Up 1 goal. As you see, the talented Cale Kissel going over to spend some time on the near side. 3.5 minutes in the second. Virginia Tech is leading by a goal, and they are man up right now. Again, very patient, confident bunch in Virginia Tech. Back over to Aiden Smith. He sends one through, and it is wide to the left of Bebaugh. Chucky Bebaugh getting the start today, and doing a good job right now, watching everything in front of him as his defense is down a man. Makes one save, but ball stays alive, and then Virginia Tech scores on the rebound. You see the celebration by Joe Dixon. Well, good job by 41, being positioned to get that rebound, and he's able to score. And now head coach Panchito Ojeda talking with a couple of his guys after his Hokies just increased their lead back up to 2. Face-off win for Virginia Tech. Not quite yet. 10:44 on the clock as the whistle's blown. Who's going to get possession of the ball? It will be the Hokies. So Joe Dixon scores for Virginia Tech in man up on a rebound. The Hokies increase their lead back up to 2. That's their largest lead of this contest. Just 2 tallies here in the second. The Dixon goal I just mentioned, then Kevin Carson for Colorado State, 45 seconds into the second. And now Virginia Tech spending some time with possession and now sending it through and finding Twine. The Hokies celebrate. They get the goal from their midi. And you hear the reaction. The freshman Lucas Verrier from Massachusetts sending it from way up top. Most of the goals have been through the interior. That one, midi, up top, and he scores. Lucas Verrier. And that is the largest spread of the contest so far. 10:03 mark in the second. And now Virginia Tech leads by 3. A timely face-off win for Colorado State. Retreating for CSU is Evan Shanks. So Shanks, the Broomfield kid, wins it. Now that first midi line will come in. There's Carson up to Ebers. And then over to McKinley. 2 freshmen and the junior Ebers. Where to? Well, it's well covered by the defensive interior for Virginia Tech. Ebers makes the turn. And the save by Stevenson. CSU's going to keep it. Back there operating, Tyler Gatz. One-handed receive with the left. Here comes Carson. Tries to go behind the back, and the shot is wide. Welschlager's got it. Owen Welschlager has 2 goals in this game for Colorado State. And you see Colorado State starting to widen out with their shot attempts as well. Well, off the Carson release, a flag was thrown, and for the first time in quite a while, it'll be the Rams are going to be man up right now as you see the guys discuss it. Welschlager 9, Carson 77 right there. Riley Flores comes into the picture 22, and there is number 6 Tyler Gatz. Look at the BTB attempt that goes wide. There it is. That is the talented freshman from West Chester, Pennsylvania, Kevin Carson. Roughly 8.5 left here in the second. The Rams trailing by 3. They are man up. It's fun to pause and listen to the crowd. Welslager takes that shot, and it's a nice save by Aiden Stevenson. So the junior goalie makes that save, but not the cleanest attempt to clear. And you look at the Hokies having a hard time because of the aggressive ride of CSU. Eventually the Hokies get out of it. No, they don't. A turnover. And here comes CSU. No, how many times does Kevin Carson want his name called? That would have been nice if he finished that with the goal. Doesn't happen. Flores goes to get it. CSU is going to keep it. We're halfway through this second quarter in Fort Collins as we tighten in on the flow. Riley Flores. You can hear the staff of Virginia Tech barking orders. Step back to their defenders. Ebers scores for Colorado State. Cade Ebers, the junior Rammy, pulls CSU back to within 2 at 7:15 here in the second. That is the first goal of the afternoon for Cade Ebers. As you look at the replay from Phil Mildren and his Stream It Sports production team. Face-off win Colorado State. They advance forward, and they can't get it through. Well, I like the ride, getting more aggressive. You're watching along. You can see white jerseys flying in the faces of the goalie and then the 2 flanking defenders. Caused a turnover previously where Carson got it, and eventually Ebers scored it. CSU within 2 here and under 7 to play here in the second. Now the Hokies settling in with what they hope is a lengthy possession that results in a score. They don't get it. Save by Chucky Bebo. Bebo working it near side, then to the far side, so Blaine Ware can clear. Ware can go all the way, and he's tripped up. And that's a good job by Virginia Tech, looking to exploit the fact that defenders were up and across the field for CSU, but eventually enough white jerseys got back to force this situation. Tech will settle in, under 6 to play. They're still up 2, and they've got the ball. Ball knocked loose by Kevin Mulligan, but the Hokies will keep it. Good read on the passing lanes by Kevin Mulligan. That shot saved by Chuck Bebo. Tried to get it out quickly, and Virginia Tech anticipated it. Able to force the turnover. Now the timeout called. I believe it's Panchito Ojeda and the coaching staff for Virginia Tech who wanted to take a pause and think this out with 5:20 left. We will pause ourselves. We got a 2-goal game. Tech leads here in Fort Collins. Got an isolation shot there of head coach Panchito Ojeda from Virginia Tech. A lot of coaching experience there with Panchito. Playing experience as well. Coach Ojeda played at Marquette, then also starting in his coaching career, he was with Marquette, Sonoma State, and now has been here with Virginia Tech. Last year, these Hokies were runners-up in the entire nation. And they're looking to extend one more step. Started the season now 7-1, and we transition over to head coach Ryan McDonald. He's been part of this program for so long. 6th season on the coaching staff, 5th season as the head coach for this Colorado State men's lacrosse program. He also was a player. He won a championship back in 2006 as just a young sophomore midfielder. Coach McDonald lives up here in Fort Collins. Coaches local travel club Lax with Northern Power and T91. And he's the head man for CSU. Right now the Rams are trailing by 2 as you see the scoop by Blaine Ware, and there he goes. Last year, Ware was the Rocky Mountain Lacrosse Conference Defensive Player of the Year as a long stick midi, like a D-mid. This year, playing a little lower, and you see him doing a nice job there, making impact with the ground ball scoop. Colorado State still with work to do. About 4.5 left here in the second. They're down 2. Bouncing up top is Mason Daly. See what Daly and his line can do. Ooh, they got a good look. Low attack, got a shot off right there in front of the crease, but couldn't get it through. And the Hokies will chase it down. Good shift for that line with Mason Daly and Ollie Gerbig. Approaching that 4-minute mark here in the second. A little more cloud cover so you can kind of see the sun blast is going away. You're looking at the practice turf for head coach Jay Norvell's Colorado State football team. We're just outside of the $220 million 8-year-old Canvas Stadium facility. Virginia Tech with possession, taking a shot. No threat to Bebo. Chasing it down in good positions, Kyle Dixon. And here comes Dixon. Well, that reverse scoop isn't going to work. The shovel from behind, both goalies have got that down now. Bebo makes the save, sends it up midfield, long throw. Blaine Ware, here he comes. Blaine's looking for somebody. Ooh, and he bounces it off the chest of the goalie, Aiden Stevenson. We get excited because we've watched Blaine Ware play. Once or twice a game, he'll do that. Come all the way down and stick it through. Well, Flores is there, and CSU's going to keep it. Down 2, about 3 left here in the second quarter. Colorado State resetting up top. Operating is Mason Daly. Runs the high screen. Welschlager low to Ty Boyson. And the ball's popped loose. Credit the defense of Virginia Tech. And they'll advance forward with about 2.5 left here in the second. And they've got the 2-goal advantage. The Hokies trailed at 6:05 in the first, 3-2. And then they put 3 together, and they've led since then. Not wide margins, but they've had the lead. Careful, there's number 3 in orange. That's Aiden Smith. Good defense by Blaine Ware. Fitting our expectations. Ware on Smith. Turnover, here comes Colorado State. 2 minutes left here in the second. Kissel looking for Mulligan. They trade. What's Kevin Mulligan going to do here? Send it over to Carson. Well, we're waiting for that exchange from Carson to Gatz, and the ball will go out of bounds. Now the Hokies are going to have it. Long throw over the top. Ooh, I thought Mulligan has it. Yes, he does. 1:30 on the clock. Mulligan unable to get possession for Colorado State. And the Hokies will send in another midi line. So on the foreground, Jake King coming into the picture. Right up front there, Liam Savage, who has a goal in this game. Savage scored the last goal in the first quarter. And now a timeout called. So with 1:16 remaining on the score clock, we're going to stay right here. How about the work of our crew? Phil Mildren, executive producer and multi-talented dynamic dude, running replays and graphics as well here on this broadcast. Mike Trujillo is our director, running technical operations as well. On the cams, Matt Sorrentino and Chris Angelo. Hey, a couple of guys with those. A couple of vowels. Those are good peoples. And then Janae Peliquin is next to me, running your score operations and kind of keeping me in line. Kind of. Glad to bring you these broadcasts. We'll cover all the rest of the home games here in the regular season for Colorado State. And that includes the home finale for CSU taking on Brigham Young, and that will be to the east of us inside Canvas Stadium. As we tighten in, what a gorgeous look. Of course, the orange pops for Virginia Tech. And we know about orange here on this campus. Maybe Va-Tech thinks it's Ag Day. I think Phil should take this broadcast black and white, and we'll do an Ag Day lacrosse game. We can even go wood sticks. Give some homage and a nod to the creator. Call it Ag Day Lax here on this campus. Well, good show here. 1:22 on the clock. We're waiting for the restart, which allows for me to fill some time with shenanigans, verbally, much to your chagrin. Hello, Blacksburg. Well, right now, if you're a Virginia Tech fan, you're pleased because you have a 2-goal lead here with 70 seconds now remaining in the second, and the Hokies have possession. Smith with Ware in front of him. They send it over the top. Nothing there. Excellent defense on the backside by Mulligan. And back to Smith. Well, pardon me. No, that's Jared Cole trying to find a cutter through. Instead, it's a turnover. Scooping up is Will Scott, the Fossil Ridge kid, moving forward. Owen Welschlager. And he can't get it in. Great opportunity for CSU. 32 seconds on the score clock. A half a minute left here in this first half of play. And here come the Hokies with their 2-goal lead. A lot of contact there. And the shot swept wide by Bebo. One more coming, and a score. Great reaction after the save by Bebo, and eventually the ball comes up top to Lucas Verrier, who scores his second of the game. And Virginia Tech is now up 3 with 10 seconds remaining in the first half of play. So that's 2 goals out of the last 3 for Lucas Verrier. And to qualify it, as I look at my scribble summary, the last 2 scored by the Hokies have been by Lucas Verrier. He scores with just 10 seconds remaining in the second. You'll hear the benches count down the rest of this half. Or maybe you won't. You'll hear the horn instead as CSU tries to absorb the frustration of giving up a goal with 10 seconds left in the half. Virginia Tech, well, they're pleased about it as they come this way towards Matt Sorrentino's camera. And that'll finish up our first 2 quarters of play. A long way to go, at minimum 30 minutes here in Fort Collins. Right now, top-ranked Virginia Tech has the 8-5 lead. As we take a break, coming up soon will be the second half of play here with Stream It Sports. Dylan Hoffner, Bobby Savage facing off to begin the second half of MCLA action here in Fort Collins, Colorado. Hoff gets it done, and Blaine Ware gets the ball. So nice GB from Blaine Ware, sends it back to Bebo, his goaltender, and there's Blaine Ware using his wheels to set up this first attack set for the Colorado State University Rams. CSU men's lacrosse trailing by 3 as we just begin play here in the second half in Fort Collins, Colorado. About 30 seconds into this third quarter. CSU wearing the white jerseys and the green helmets, green shorts. Defending is top-ranked Virginia Tech, orange uniforms with the white lids. Marty Cesario on the call along with Phil Mildren and his Stream It Sports production crew. CSU starts off the third quarter with a goal from Cade Ebers. So Ebers now has his second in the game, and the last 2 goals scored by his CSU Rams. Ebers bouncing around with Kevin Carson, accompanied by Blake McKinley. And here is the instant replay. Shoves it through. Did he go 5-hole? Yep, right through the legs. And immediately, an adjacent face-off win by CSU. Credit Dylan Hoffner. So just about a minute into this second half of play, and CSU gets to within 2. They get the ball as well. Be careful there. And here comes Carson. See him extending that right arm, keeping it away from the long pole. Comes through, did not get the shot off. That'll be a crease violation, so it'll be Virginia Tech possession. Is coming this way. Right into your picture is Tyler Rosso. Rosso, the senior from Bel Air, Maryland. Stevenson, the goalie, getting the start, his first of the season, I believe. I mean, we know this. The lead goalie for Virginia Tech not playing today. Very talented goaltender and Andrew Wickman, who is the February Player of the Month in the MCLA, not getting the nod today. I think it's just a coaching decision. Give Stevenson a chance out there. It's a 2-game Rocky Mountain road trip. Just played last night. I mean, think of that. You're transitioning from playing a game that ended about 10 o'clock at night Mountain Time, and now you come right away to a 2 o'clock p.m. Mountain Time start here about 60 miles north of Boulder. We're in Fort Collins. Better place to be. Battle for the ball. Will Scott's going to get it. Nice hustle on the part of Will Scott, the Fossil Ridge kid, local guy from here. And I think I'm corrected. It'll be Virginia Tech who is awarded possession. So 2-goal game, Virginia Tech in orange with the lead. Nice turn, and look at that delivery. Yeah, that's good looking lacrosse right there, can't beat it. Jared Cole scores off the feed from Aiden Smith. Virginia Tech back up to a 3-goal lead at the 12:10 mark here in the third. For all that Jared Cole has done, that is his first goal of the game. As we look at the replay, look at that. Find a guy coming from behind the cage, receives it and effortlessly puts it in. And then you know the game. You can make it, take it. That's just real nice. Score the goal, win the faceoff, except for look at Cale Kissel step into your picture and force the turnover. And eventually picked up by Evan Shanks. Well, that's great, relentless effort on the part of Colorado State. Looked like a face-off win after the goal from Virginia Tech. Cale Kissel knocks it loose, and eventually Evan Shanks able to scoop it up. Enter Mason Daly. Anthony DiDonato. He's being marked by Christian Edwards. Lachlan Rogers. Down to Riley Flores. And there's a crease violation. After all that, it leads to Virginia Tech getting the ball. So off ball, a violation, and the Rams lose it. And their defense is going to have to step up again. About 5 minutes here into the third. You see much more clouds. It's now become really overcast. We started with some sunblast here on the turf just outside of Canvas Stadium. That's kind of gone away. And that has an impact on the temperature. You can feel the chill. The wind gusts have died down, so that's a good thing. Reverse shot by Aiden Smith is over the top of the cage, and then a whistle blown immediately. Oh, it's going to be a foul called, and we'll see which squad's impacted. It'll be Colorado State. So man up situation coming up for Virginia Tech, and they've got the 3-goal lead. We were 5-3 after the first, with Virginia Tech leading. Finished the first half 8-5, still the Hokies with that lead. Cade Ebers scored within 50 seconds to begin the second half play for Colorado State. And then Jared Cole able to answer back. And it is now a 3-goal advantage for the Hokies. That has been the largest margin of this entire contest. And problems working the transition leads to a possession again for Virginia Tech. Oh, coming through there was an attacker for Va Tech. He's sent to the ground, and that'll be another man getting sent to a knee for CSU's defense. Looked like he took a little contact on the backside. His cleats didn't catch in the turf, and he kind of slipped. So we'll see. We'll get a good look at it, regardless of my judgment. Coming through, it's a lot of contact to that right shoulder. So Virginia is 2 men up, and they take the shot immediately. Surprising. They're a very patient bunch. That time, thought they saw something and released it right away. They're going to keep it. Remember, they've got 2 extra guys. And you can hear the Rams bench cheering on to inspire their defense. And they score. Virginia Tech does indeed cash in on the opportunity, and they get the goal in the special team situation. James Stewart, the senior from Fredericksburg. 50 right there. Stewart scores his first, man up at 9-12 here in the third. First to double digits are the Hokies as you look at the replay. Had a charging defender coming into that left-hand release, but still chose to go that way. And you saw he was successful. James Stewart scores. Largest margin of the game. Top-ranked Virginia Tech now leading by 4. Welschlager running it, sends it over to Carson. Ball down, but Carson gets it. Get the shot off. And Colorado State will get to keep it. Riley Flores is over here on the chase. It's a good spot to be because then you get that tight shot. Sorrentino's camera's right there. And if you're a defender, yeah, get in there. See what Riley Flores can do here. Found a cutter and scores. There you go. Gorgeous lax from Colorado State results in Tyler Gatz getting the goal for CSU. That is going to be a sweet looking highlight right here. Flores, Gatz, one step, buries it for the Rams. .825 mark. Gatz gets his first of this game. Adjacent face-off. Dylan Hoff looking real strong. Not only getting the face-off, but putting a man to the turf. Sending messages, making statements, recording stats for the Fogo. Except for the Rams can't keep it, and here comes a transition by Tyler Rosso and his Hokies. Stepping through, Bobby Savage. So the face-off specialist for the Hokies hadn't gotten off yet and was able to contribute in that transition. Well, Virginia Tech now still up 3. They're going to try that shot again, and it is saved. Chuck Bebo makes the save. Again, that shovel shot going backwards. The guys aren't not lost by that, both Bebo and Stevenson. Here comes Blaine Ware. And whistles blown. A timeout? Or something else? See about 7 left, and it is something else. Somewhere was a violation against CSU, and now you see the Hokies trying to come through midfield. Well, Virginia Tech can still remain patient because they have the 3-goal lead. Remember, CSU had that advantage back in the first where Kel Kissel scored the long pole goal. And the Rams were up 1 at that point. About 6 minutes left in that first, and then 3 consecutive goals by Virginia Tech. In total, they scored 4 of the next 5 going into the second. And they've been in command throughout since that point. Modest command. Up 2 or 3 at any given time. Oh, great job by Blaine Ware anticipating the pass through the crease. And then Mulligan gets the ground ball. Safely gets it back to Chuck. And look at that aggressive ride on the goalie by Aiden Smith. And Chuck able to get it out of there. That's a good choice. 32 is a smart option if you're trying to transition the ball into the attack area. All-American candidate each and every year. Now the Rams trailing 3 with about 6 left here in the third. Gonna settle in. Kevin Carson, the Frosh, waiting for the line change. Ty Boyson coming in. There he is. Flores worked last time where he able to deliver an assist and a goal by Tyler Gatz. That time, good defense down low. Carson sends it, sends the bouncer in and scores. Kevin Carson with the goal from up top for the Colorado State Rams. Seems to be a theme. I'm hearing JT Sexy back on multiple goals by CSU. I wonder if that's a thing. I'll have to ask. You look at the replays. A couple of different angles with this. Carson there, and then now he'll come into your picture on the right side. That's a lot of whip, high velocity, and a score for CSU back to within 2, and then Hoff wins the faceoff. Yep, there he is right there. Moving forward, Tanner Retigliano. And a whistle blown. Ryan McDonald and his coaching staff want to take a timeout. Momentum shifting. Rammies feeling good. That's who you hear through our microphones. We'll take a break. About 5 left in the third. Rams have the ball, and they're down 2. Big 1-4 in the orange gets the start today. Aiden Stevenson, the junior from Midlothian, Virginia, doing a nice job in net for the Virginia Tech Hokies, top-ranked team in the MCLA. And then across the way on the north side of the turf here outside Canvas Stadium, there is Chucky. That is Charlie Bebo, the talented goaltender for the Colorado State Rams out of Los Gatos, California. We restart play. Colorado State with the momentum, scoring the most recent 2 goals, Tyler Gatz and Kevin Carson. And you see they have possession in the white jerseys, a familiar look. Riley Flores back at X. And he'll press forward. Left his man, but good help by Virginia Tech's defense. Kyle Dixon stepping into the play and eventually forcing the turnover. Wonder if he, with his physicality, forced Flores into the crease. Well, here comes the Hokies. They've just given up 2. Now their lead has been reduced to 2. With about 4.5 left here in the third. Peeling back for Virginia Tech for a moment was Jake King. That's Kyle Dixon, and they'll trade until they figure out which way they want to approach this set. With that angle reducing, Dixon takes the shot, and a save by Bebo. And a pass over the top of the long stick. Ware chases it down. How about that? There's a play that's never going to show up in stats. But then his pass intercepted by a midfielder for Virginia Tech. So guys doing little things for both these squads. Liam Savage will get a ground ball. And most importantly, with this 2-goal lead and momentum starting to happen for their opponents, the Hokies get the ball. The Hokies in the orange. Looking for a cutter there. That low defense doing a nice job. Nobody gets freed. And then you see the high D helping out up top. Kyle Sear, one of those guys, 44 right there. Freshman out of Folsom, California. Doing a good job. What a difference a year makes. It was the defense last couple years for CSU that was always seasoned and veteran. Now you got a couple of freshmen starting for the defense of CSU. Got a shot off there. That looked like a strong attempt from point blank range, but they missed it. And look at this, wheels, here comes CSU. Except for there's just a couple of guys there. Credit the defense of Virginia Tech getting back. Mulligan will take the shot. It's the save by Stevenson. 2.5 left here in the third. 2-goal game. Guys in orange have the advantage. And look at the Hokies take their time. Lucas Verrier, who has a couple of goals here in this game. Both of them in the third at that point. That built the 8-5 lead to end the third period. Here's a shot coming from Verrier, and it is off. The Hokies will retain possession. And that shot is thwarted by one of the D-men for CSU. Down low, nice job. And eventually gets into the cradle of Evan Shanks back there. I'm off on the number there. Here comes Will Scott. That part I'm right. And then a turnover. Kissel's trying to get it back. 1v2. Did Kissel get possession? No. And the bench reacts for Colorado State. 70 seconds remaining in the third here in Fort Collins. And we've seen this look. Lucas Verrier taking his time, allowing the line change, and maintaining a lead. Working against Mulligan. Now he sends it up. 3 white jerseys caused the turnover. That is Shanks. So Evan Shanks playing a D-mid, making impact twice in a row now. Carson looking to take the shot. He does, but it's saved by Stevenson. Carson causes the turnover. Scoop by Gatz. CSU's got to get the shot off from way high, and it is wide. And that's going to finish up the third quarter here in Northern Colorado. Got another 15 minutes at minimum coming up. As you look at some of the highlights of that third quarter, a lot of good defense and little things, the details, right? That's why these squads are coming into this game in good spots. CSU undefeated, trailing by 2. Top-ranked Virginia Tech with the lead. The fourth quarter coming up.
Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker. New from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Do clouds take naps?
I couldn't tell you.
Dad, do stars visit their friends?
Look!
Meet Norm. He lives with anxiety, but with the help of this latest innovation from Be Normal, he can be normal, just like everyone else. With the swipe of a finger, you can project happiness, confidence, machismo. Why settle for being real when you can be normal? The Normal Maker. New from Be Normal. This item doesn't really work because there's no such thing as normal. We're all different. What we like, how our brains work. In fact, 1 in 5 of us live with mental illness. Don't filter who you are. Start by talking to someone you trust. And remember, there is no normal.
Well, I like that look because Tyler Gatz is up. Now, he is being assisted by staff, including Emerald, who's the magnificent medical trainer for Colorado State men's lacrosse. Gatz, the freshman out of Mount Sinai, New York, looks like lower leg, and he's being helped off. Emerald's going to do her magic because that's what the people from the Orthopedic Spine Center of the Rockies do here in Fort Collins. So we'll look for number 6 to return. Meanwhile, the Rams still in action out there. Begin the fourth quarter of play, down 2 goals as we await that faceoff that will open the fourth. And Dylan Hoff doing what he does. Well, look at that, Cale Kissel. You hear the reaction. The long pole that sent that way high. That just came out funny. But the Rams are going to keep it, and they're going to try to have the last laugh here in this situation by getting to within 1. That is the immediate priority as Kevin Carson's up top here. Over to Cade Ebers. Ebers started the second half with a goal at the top of the third. Good switch defensively by Virginia Tech's defense there. Back to Ebers. Welschlager way up high. And then contact comes his way, and his helmet's knocked off. And what he's doing is talking about a shot to the face. And now we'll have a discussion amongst the officials. And you get a good look at Owen Welschlager, extremely talented attacker for Colorado State. Welschlager, a sophomore out of Crownsville, Maryland. We'll look at the replay of what happened there. So help defense came across, and then you saw the shaft right up the back of the head of Welschlager. And so forcefully, it peeled the helmet right off of Owen. And now the officials will have to decide what their verdict is on that situation. Now they come over and talk with Ryan McDonald, and now they'll reset with Evan Shanks getting the go whistle. The easy part is what we see. CSU has the ball. They're down 2. We're about a minute into the fourth quarter here in Fort Collins. Rams trying to stay undefeated. They're 3-0 on the season. Virginia Tech just suffered their first defeat last night. They score. Well, there's the one to get to within one. Riley Flores nets it for Colorado State. It's definitely a JT Sexyback thing. Just want to confirm that. .43 mark, third period. You watch the replay. The talented attacker Riley Flores steps into the play. How about the subtle jump by Evan Shanks to get out of the way? And Flores scores, and the Rams are within 1. That is the first goal of the afternoon for Riley Flores. And Colorado State trying to get the adjacent faceoff. They do not, as Kevin Mulligan goes to the turf. The bench of CSU wants the whistle. Did they get it? Yes, and I don't think it's a foul. Mulligan pushed out of bounds. Yield and award the possession to Kevin Mulligan. Again, details, little things. A lot of that having big impact here in this lacrosse game. Minute and a half left, or a minute and a half into the fourth period. Kevin Carson's waiting for the go. You see the official across the way. There's Riley Flores. Show the good stuff. You're on camera. These guys are insane with their stick skills. And that is an outstanding look from Hero Cam at Riley Flores, one of the lead scorers for Colorado State. Nice job by Matt Sorrentino. Colorado State looking to even things up for the first time in quite a while. We have not been tied since the first quarter. Up front, doorstep shot. Yeah, he looks like he's okay. Guess who? Tyler Gatz likes the drama. Come off the field with the doctors, go back in and even it up. Clutch cargo, Tyler Gatz. That lower leg is just fine. And look at Tyler adjust too. He was backpedaling. There was no room to get in a better position to release the shot, so he did it from right there, and he got the goal. 13:04 mark here in the fourth. We've got an even game. And that is a timely face-off win for Virginia Tech. I believe that was Christopher Lente who won that face-off. I saw 40. 10-10, tied up for the first time since the 5:23 mark in the first period. And you got to be happy for Gatz, who came off. He could barely put any pressure on that leg. And then he comes in and able to find the net. And so we'll see how Virginia Tech reacts. They've given up 3 consecutive goals. Pardon me, that's 4 going back into the third. Gatz, Flores, Carson Gatz, the last 4 goals scored in this game. And Colorado State has erased a 4-goal deficit and now has evened up this contest. Fully expect composure from the top-ranked squad in the nation, Virginia Tech. Well, they missed that cutter there. Mulligan gets the ball, and he goes wheels. Right across your screen, Kevin Mulligan. For the lead, and the save by Aiden Stevenson. Now, this is college lacrosse. Really good players. And you've got excellent athletes making stud plays at the right time here in the 4th quarter of a tie game between an undefeated squad and the #1 team in the nation. Good show. Thanks, guys. And we still have 11 minutes left at minimum remaining in the regulation. And that is good 1v1 work on the part of Virginia Tech and Kyle Dixon. You can celebrate. You earned it. And we'll get a couple of different angles on this score by Dixon. That one hesitation jab step back to the outside, and then he left his defender and scored. So Kyle Dixon gets the score at 10:53. Virginia Tech is back to a lead after giving up 4 in a row. See in the background there, pretty cool. Lax fans across the way here on campus in Fort Collins. It's a lot of folks across the way digging a really good game. And you can see them bundled up and hands in the pockets. So there's a little chill in the air out here. And Virginia Tech's going to have the ball and try to bring it through midfield. Lefty cradle, push it forward. Ryan Gaffney gets it to Aiden Smith, and here we go with the Hokies, who just scored now, immediately setting up in the attack area. Bebo makes the save. Ware back to Bebo. Good exchanges with Virginia Tech, trying to get aggressive on the ride. And the ball goes out of bounds. Kyle Dixon scored about a minute ago to regain a modest lead for top-ranked Virginia Tech. Trying that same spot and successful once again. This time, the score by Liam Savage. Almost exactly like Kyle Dixon just did a minute ago. Yep, near side wing. Lose your man and then get it through. I think that time they went across Bebo and able to get the score. Well, there's your answer after giving up their lead, which was at 4 at one point. Got tied up. Well, immediately there's 2 goals scored by Virginia Tech. Liam Savage at 9:42 here in the 4th. 12-10 lead for Virginia Tech. For Savage, that's his 2nd of the game. And look at this, how momentum just shifts on you. Hokies win that faceoff, and now they get the ball again. Jocelyn Brigham doing a nice job coming all the way around, marking his man. That hit the pipe. You heard it. But Vatek's going to keep it. I believe that was Jared Cole with the shot release. Oh, nice. We get a little tighter there. Brigham's defense. Physical, and then he dives. All right, Jocelyn Brigham, another local kid. Played for Thompson Valley, just to the south of us in Loveland. Freshman. We know about Thompson Valley kids on this squad. Hello to Jaron McFerrin. And up front, celebrating is Virginia Tech. They get another score, so now they've gotten 3 in a row after being tied up. This time, Aiden Smith gets his second of the afternoon. Looks like he's feeling it. He's put in a lot of work today. Well, excellent job there by Aiden Smith. Number 2 for him, and back up to a 3-score advantage for Virginia Tech. Just like that. And we'll get those couple of looks just to give you multi-angle. Well, that's a gifted kid. He felt the pressure on his backside, made the right choice and right turn, and able to get the score. Aiden Smith at 8-16. Well, that changed on us quickly, didn't it? Got real exciting, 13:04 mark. Tyler Gatz was injured, came back in. Scores, tied us up at 10-10, and then 3 consecutive goals now by Virginia Tech. That's the way to answer if you're a veteran composed team who's been around success. Save Stevenson. That looked like a good opportunity there. Blake McKinley left his defender, was wide open. It was him v. goalie, and in this case, the goalie wins out. Well, now the defense for CSU, packing it in. Got to think they can't give up any more in this situation, because they're going to have to make another run to at least forced OT. Still got 7 minutes, and lots of good players out there who can pick up scores quickly. Will Scott pressing with the long stick there. He's going to follow. Kissel coming up. Retigliano. See defenders looking for an opportunity to cause turnover, and it's just not there. Hokies will keep possession. About 6.5 left here in the 4th quarter in Fort Collins outside Canvas Stadium. Shot clock being counted down by the bench of Virginia Tech. And then you saw the release of Jared Cole. It is wide. Is that a shot clock violation? Either way, CSU's going to get it. And they've got work to do. They worked so hard to get 4 in a row. Gatz, Carlson, Flores, Gatz again. And then they've given up 3 consecutively, and now they're back down 3. Guys in white from Colorado State. They have possession right now. Lachlan Rogers gets the goal for Colorado State. Now there you go, one step at a time. The freshman, former Demon from Golden High, gets a score for his Colorado State Rammies. And the crowd reacts to the sexy bag. Let's look not once, but twice. Lachlan Rogers. Boy, from that shot, doesn't that look like a totally radical angle? Almost at goal line extended there. He gets it through. Lachlan Rogers at 5:40 for, I have it marked down 5:47. Well, the Rams didn't get that adjacent face-off, so they'll have to play some tough D again and get possession here. About 5.5 left here in the fourth. Rams down 2. Hokies with the ball. You see Kevin Mulligan coming up to press on the attacker. That pass flows through. CSU's going to have it, and they get the start from there, well past center line. So here comes the Rams. Is that Welschlager? Yes. Behind the back pass attempt to Riley Flores, and they miss that exchange. It goes out of bounds. So Patrick Droney doing a nice job to hustle into the situation and start things up as the Hokies immediately transition through, and now they're going to set up. They got themselves the 2-goal lead with about 4.5 left here in the fourth. You see the sun starting to poke through the cloud cover. And the turnover is forced. So caused turnover. Ground ball Mulligan. Here he comes. No, that's a timely play by the defense. And now the offense has to come through. And you see head coach Ryan McDonald running behind on your screen. He wants a timeout here. And we're going to take a break. So under 4 to play. Head coach McDonald and his Rams have to get 2 to force overtime. We'll see what's up after this here with Stream It Sports.
Rise and shine with Colorado's Mountain Focus morning show, Mountain Mornings.
We have a lot of stuff you can do here.
Each morning, we bring you the best of the mountains with the live mountain weather, traffic, and updates from our crews in Summit County, Steamboat Springs, Vail, and Aspen, so you can get the latest updates from the high country.
I guess we are wrapping things.
Watch Mountain Mornings each morning from 7 a.m. to 9 a.m. and Mountain Mornings midday at noon on Colorado's mountain home, Mountain TV.
Every year, 4.5 million young adults between the ages of 18 and 24 visit the ER.
It's every parent's nightmare.
Umergency gives you all the tools you need to quickly and effectively manage your family's emergency. Umergency provides instant access to vital resources, customized to your student's campus and local community, digital consent form, and built-in urgent alert button. Umergency gives you peace of mind when you need it most. Download your Umergency app now.
We come right back here. 4 minutes left here in the fourth quarter. You see the staff of Colorado State talking it out with their offense. How are they going to approach what's going on? Out there was Corey Hughes, the offensive coordinator. Ryan McDonald came out of the picture. There is Virginia Tech's defense, including their goalie, Aiden Stevenson, setting up. That's a really good look. And now we get dramatic. Pressing situation for Colorado State's offense. Meanwhile, Virginia Tech must defend. The Hokies do not want to go winless on this Rocky Mountain road trip after losing last night, suffering their first defeat in Boulder. Colorado State does not want to suffer their first loss of the season. They're 3-0, playing the top-ranked team in the nation. 3.5 left. And the Rams will turn around and peel back. Cade Ebers taking his time. Ebers v. Rosso. Ebers takes that shot, saved by Stevenson. Thought maybe Flores could get in there and get a rebound, but not going to be the case. So credit the work of Aiden Stevenson getting the start today. And we're now at about the 3-minute mark. And whistles blown and a turnover. So a fortunate situation for Colorado State. They try to push it through. Did Flores get a shot off? And it'll be Hokies ball. So just like that, the Hokies get it back. Fresh shot clock with about 2:45 remaining. How about that for a cause turnover by Tyler Gatz? They tried to send it back to Welschlager and couldn't make the connection. Such good work. And then Kevin Mulligan steps into your picture, and he causes the turnover and gets the ball. And then a whistle blown immediately. And I can't make a read on what that decision would be for the officials. Right in front of Chris Angelo and Cam 1, you get to see those line changes. Really changes amongst a lot of personnel. CSU is going to keep it. Blake McKinley, you saw him cradling up high, and here we get the go whistle. Okay, so the Rams have under 2.5 left. They've got to score twice to at least force overtime. Lost the ball, and it's taken away. Here comes Virginia Tech, and they've got numbers. And they're a little sloppy with it. But Chucky knows he's got to get to the ball, and they got to hurry, and now a timeout called. A lot of chaos here from both these squads. Really, a lot of it caused by really aggressive defensive plays. Let's check out the schedules for both of these squads, and you look at what's coming up for Virginia Tech. It doesn't get any easier for these guys. They're going to play CSU today, an undefeated team. Then they go play Chapman, powerhouse out of California, Utah Valley. Then they get into that Atlantic play with NC State and Clemson. So a long way to go for Virginia Tech as they try to go to a MCLA finals for a second consecutive year. And, of course, they're looking for that one more step to actually win the title nationally. Then we go to the huddle with head coach Ryan McDonald there and his CSU squad coming up for them after this game against Virginia Tech. Colorado State will continue their aggressive scheduling. They will take on Boise State here in Fort Collins. We'll have that for you this Saturday at 1 o'clock. Then the Rams will go on the road against Stanford and Santa Clara in Northern California. And then they will bring back University of California, Santa Barbara for another game we will have with Stream It Sports. That will be Tuesday, March 26th. Right now, the focus is in the moment. Rams need 2. Hokies want to stifle the guys in white and get themselves a victory here in Colorado. 2 minutes now left in the fourth quarter. And here comes Chuck Bebo. And they can't get to the ball, and the Hokies will at least be able to kill off some more time. Across the way, you see they have 75 seconds left, so you get the shot clock with a lot of time. They don't need to do much. They're up 2. There's about 1.5 left, and they've got more than a minute left on the shot clock. And that's why you see a Hokie across the way, Aiden Smith, just standing there. Production crew calling out a flag somewhere on the field. I do not see it. So maybe a delayed penalty in effect as well. So bottom of your screen, you can see it. There it is, right along the 40-yard line. Doesn't seem like that's to the advantage of CSU. 1 minute left in the fourth. Smith makes the turn, trail check Blaine Ware, and then a whistle blown. So, yeah, it was the delayed penalty. Once Ware forced the ball down to the turf, now we'll get that penalty infraction called out against Colorado State. Right on cue, we get the ISO shot on the official. So man up is Virginia Tech, 2 up on the scoreboard. with 51 seconds and a couple of ticks left in the fourth. Look across the way at the reactions. Those are Virginia Tech fans. We know this. We're a destination spot, right? So people don't mind traveling from the east to come visit us. Be fun if that storm system came from the Tahoe area and just dumped us. About a half minute left, and looking like Virginia Tech will be taking themselves a victory here in Fort Collins. And Colorado State will suffer their first loss of the 2024 season. Still got a long way to go for both these squads. So they each now have a lump of reality delivered to them this weekend. Well, this week, score Colorado State, but that will finish up the game. Are they going to count that one? Not sure. Regardless, there will not be any more time for CSU to operate with. Lachlan Rogers may have gotten his second goal of the game, but time has run out for the Colorado State Rams, and that's how we will finish up the game. So Virginia Tech, after losing last night in Boulder, come up to Fort Collins and eke themselves out a victory. Congratulations to head coach Panchito Ojeda and his staff and his players. They will travel with at least one victory on the Rocky Mountain road trip. Colorado State suffers their first loss. They will drop to 3-1, but they have plenty more ahead of them on their schedule. As we just pointed out, coming up next for CSU will be Boise State. We got that one. We'll have that on Saturday. That'll be a 1 o'clock face-off here on campus in Fort Collins, Colorado. Hey, big applause for the work of our crew with Stream It Sports Productions. Mike Trujillo, our director. On cameras, Matt Sorrentino, Chris Angelo, score operator. Boss lady, Janae Peliquin. I'm Marty Cesario. Again, the final score, 13-11. CSU takes the loss. We thank you so much for allowing us to present this college lacrosse. And we say goodnight from Fort Collins.